Welcome to Evergreen Networking. This is our LinkedIn strategy session that we have every single month. Today's 11/6/2024. If you've never seen this ladder of success, most people on LinkedIn are absent. They have a profile, but they don't log in. That's most people. Then the second group of people are lurkers. There are a lot of people that go in there and they're lurking. They're just watching on LinkedIn. And often it's because they're not sure what to do. Then there's the networker, the people that are dabbling. Sometimes they take action, sometimes they don't take action. And then the people that are influencers, they're consistently taking action. They're posting, engaging, and messaging on LinkedIn. What are you? Are you absent, lurker, networker, or influencer? Let me know in the chat right over here. And the reason I want you to self identify is because if you want to get to the next level, you need to identify where you are right now. And I'm going to tell you what you need to do to get to the next level. Now, there's no shame in what you are, where you are. There's no shame. If you're absent, just admit. Like Alicia said, I'm absent. That's fine. You just need awareness around the benefits of networking on LinkedIn. I used to think that only networking offline was beneficial. And now I realize that I get literally on sales calls every single day, often 5 times a day, because I'm active on LinkedIn. And this year, I tripled my activity from the years before because of the help of AI. Artificial intelligence helped me be able to, instead of leaving maybe 5 comments, I'm able to leave 50 comments in the same amount of time. 50. You'll be like, what are you talking about, Joe? I'm going to show you. But the goal is for me to get you guys to influence, not to become an influencer where you're shaking your booty in front of everyone, to become an influencer where you're inspiring people. Like you get the right 1,000 potential clients. That's what strategy is about. A lot of people want to go viral. I'm not a very big fan of going viral. I'm a big fan of being strategic. So if you're a lurker, you're missing a strategy. You need the right plan, the right tools, the right hacks to work smarter. Somebody said, I turned off recording. Let me see if I actually turned off the recording. Did I turn off the recording? It says pause recording, so my recording should be on. Okay. But thanks for telling me to double check. Sometimes I have to double check that. As if the recording is off and I just did this whole thing and I didn't record it. It'd be such a shame. Okay. A person who's a networker, maybe they want to be successful, but they're kind of like dabbling, and often it's because they don't have the accountability. They're on LinkedIn, but they're not seeing a lot of people they actually have a relationship with using LinkedIn. They're not even doing it in a group together. So when you do things together in a group, you have people holding each other accountable. So if a lot of the people that are in your life are not currently using LinkedIn, then you're also not going to want to use LinkedIn. So you got to build actual relationships with people that are influencers, that are influencing, and that are building relationships. And then you'll be more motivated. If you have a group of 5, 10 people that are on there every day and you see them every day, you're going to show up every day. And here are the specific steps that you need to take to be successful on LinkedIn. Have you guys ever seen this before? Let me know in the chat if you've seen this before. This is the first time that you're seeing this. Say first time or seen this before. Many people like Philip, he's seen this many times. And I want people to see this many times, see this over and over and over, because this is a reminder. Betty said first time. Lou said good reminder. This is a reminder that if you don't have a foundation for success on LinkedIn, you're not going to be successful. Because if you're targeting everyone, you're targeting no one. And if you're not sure what you want, you might get somewhere else. So you need to have the right plan. You need clarity on your business, your marketing, and your LinkedIn plan. You need to understand who the right people are, the ideal clients, and the centers of influence. You need to understand your messaging. You need to create a value proposition and messaging that speaks to your target market. Otherwise, if your target market sees you, but your messaging doesn't speak to them, it's not going to work. Jen, just a quick reminder, we have 15 people in the waiting room. Oh, that's not 15 people, 15 note takers. But then we have actual people in the waiting room that you can let in and then remove speakers because we're probably at capacity right now. So just make sure that you're removing note takers so that people can join. Okay, cool. All right, moving on. Let me show you something. I'm going to get back to this over here. We're going to review each one of these things. But what I want to let you know is that there's a lot of things that you can do on LinkedIn. And you can take a picture of this if you want. But which one of these items do you feel like you need the most help with or that you're most curious about? Pick one item from here. What stands out to you and says, you know what? I really wish I can do X, Y, and Z. I really wish I can achieve getting more engagement on posts. I really wish I had a strategy for a connection strategy to know who I should accept and who I should reject. I really wish that I understood how to use LinkedIn video or automations or pods or how to optimize my profile or you can't learn all of it in the next 45 minutes or so. You're not gonna be able to learn everything, but if I can help you with one strategy, if I can give you one simple tip that you can apply without overwhelming you. The goal is don't be overwhelmed. The goal is come out of this with something actionable. I'm not here to show you how smart I am. I'm here to help you be able to grow your business. I'm here to help you be able to take your life to the next level. By the way, Jen, what you can do is for the note takers, you can click on the three dots and remove them completely. Hit the remove button, and this way it'll make room for the people it's not letting you to go in because
Okay,
it does.
got it.
Thank you. Okay, CRM integration. Somebody wrote leads. I guess I want to learn the one thing that is make the most needle. So for every person, there's a different thing that's going to move the needle. For some people, they don't even have a foundation, so that they need a foundation to move the needle. They need branding. For other people, they need building. They don't have content. They don't have an optimized profile, and they don't have any automation. They don't have technology. They're not tracking leads. You get a lead in the door and you don't track it. What's the point of getting that lead? If you're not following up, they say the fortune is in the follow up. Ed said, why Sales Nav? The reason I use Sales Nav is for prospecting. I use LinkedIn Organic for networking. I use LinkedIn company pages for marketing. There are three things that you could do on LinkedIn. When it comes to sales and marketing, when it comes to like growing your business, you could write these three things down. There's networking, there's prospecting, and there's marketing. Those are three separate things. If you try to prospect to a networking relationship, in the chat, tell me what's going to happen. You have a networking relationship, they showed up to a networking event, and you're basically trying to prospect them. You're trying to convince them, you're trying to qualify them, and it's just they'll leave. Catherine said they'll leave. It's icky. It's not a good feeling. You're building a relationship here. Why are you trying to qualify if I'm a good customer for you? Al said, I'll run away. Of course you'll run away. And the same thing, if you're trying to network with a prospect, most prospects are not networking friendly. I'll say this again. Most people, if you're going to cold call or you're going to email and you try to network with someone who doesn't like networking, and 90% of people do not like networking because networking is like public speaking. And people are afraid to network. They're afraid to go deep. They're afraid to be authentic. They're afraid to build relationships. And so people that you're going to try to network with and are not networking friendly are going to fail at prospecting because you're going to try to say, oh, well, I don't really need you as a prospect and I just want to learn about you. No, no, those people are not interested in becoming your friend. They're not interested in networking. They're either going to use your services or not, but you're going to do it in a relationship way where you're going to be their trusted advisor because they're not networking friendly. Have you ever met somebody who's just not interested in networking? By the way, if you're networking friendly in the chat, write I'm networking friendly. I'm curious to know because not everyone is. You like to build relationships. You like to get on the phone. You like to make referrals. Not everyone wants to do that. Some people are like, I'm not making referrals to people. Stop with the referrals already. I don't want to make referrals because then if it goes bad, then I get blamed. That's not a networking friendly person. I make referrals. I make 3 referrals every single day. I need to make 3 referrals a day. Why? Because I want to make 1,000 a year. That's my goal. So if I do 3 a day, if I'm having 5 to 10 conversations a day, I say, who do you want to meet? And you tell me you want to meet a real estate agent. I have a real estate agent. You tell me you want to meet an insurance broker. I have an insurance broker. You tell me you want to meet a CPA. I got 10 CPAs. You get it? I'm making 3 a day. I don't want to make 20, 50. I don't want to be in the business of being a networker, but I want to be a conduit of blessings for other people. A printer recently told me he wants to meet data managers. I introduced him to a data manager. You know what happened? It turned into $1 million opportunity for the printer. I didn't get any commission for that, and I didn't ask for it. But I felt really good that I was able to make that impact. I feel good that when I can make an introduction for somebody because I don't know what's going to happen. And I won't feel bad if the relationship doesn't work out because that's not my responsibility. I just hook you guys up together. You guys are grown adults. Figure it out. But if you're trying to network with prospects, it's not going to work. And if you're trying to network with marketing, it's not going to work either. So you got to know your intention with each part of LinkedIn. On your company page, you're going to be marketing. You're going to be running ads. You're going to be posting events. Yesterday, we had an event. I promoted it to 2,000 people. 139 people registered for it, and I think 60 people showed up to the event. And this is cold. People that have never been on our database before. We got their emails into our CRM from a LinkedIn company page using automation. That's marketing. So in the chat, tell me, is your priority marketing, prospecting, or networking? They're 3 separate things. Marketing, networking, or prospecting. Put it in the chat and make sure that you understand what your goal is. If it's prospecting and you want clients, you have to use a tool like Sales Navigator and to really be effective because you can in-mail 800 people a month using Sales Navigator. If you're networking, Sales Navigator is Okay, but it's not the best tool. The best tool is LinkedIn Organic, the organic regular profile. You can't network with a company page. That's not going to work. So let me show you how this works over here. The three things that you need to do every single day to be successful at all three, by the way, at all three, networking, prospecting, and marketing. If you have exposure, if you get exposure, and exposure comes from posting usually, and there are different ways to post. If you get credibility, people do business with other people that they know, like, and trust. People refer business to people that they know, like, and trust, right? You need that trust, that credibility. And then you need meetings. Now, if you're doing marketing, your KPI might be how many meetings did you book for marketing? If you're doing networking, how many networking meetings did you set up? If you're doing prospecting, how many prospecting meetings? Conversions happen through conversations, right? So you need to have conversations with people. And so that's a key performance indicator. And DMs is where all that happens, in the DM. So if you're not sending X amount of DMs every day, I set a goal for myself to send out 100 DMs every day. 100, because I used to say, if you don't make 100 calls, you're not cold calling. So for me, 100 DMs is my goal, my personal goal. It's really easy for me because I got like 20 people that had a birthday, 10 people that had an anniversary, 30 people that found a new job. And then I have all the people that looked at my profile, and then all the people that engaged with me. And then I have a list of people that I want to do. So I'm going to show you a couple strategies for getting to 100 DMs, but you don't have to do 100 DMs. You can start with 10. You could start with 5 comments. You could start with one post. So one post, 5 comments, 10 DMs will get you going. So Alicia, if you're not taking that action, if you're not writing one post, 5 comments, and 10 DMs, then you're not really booming. You're not influencing. Think about the impact you're going to make. Go ahead, Alicia.
Is that anywhere in this, or should I take notes on this?
All the notes are being written up by AI, so don't worry about notes. Right now, just be present with me. Just be with me, and then you can watch this later, get all the notes that you want. And also, you can call my cell. All of you have my cell phone number. Every single one of you. You can pick up the phone, call my cell. You can WhatsApp me. If I don't pick up, I'm probably doing a presentation like this. But don't worry about bothering me. You're not bothering me. You know, this mindset around, oh, I'm interrupting the person. That doesn't exist when you have a relationship. And by the way, when you're calling someone, you're actually not interrupting them. When you're calling somebody, they're not going to pick up if they're busy. So you're not interrupting them. You're actually doing them a favor. You're actually showing them you care about them. So I want you to change that belief that you have that you're interrupting someone when you call them. They put their phone number on LinkedIn. They want you to call them. If they're not available, they won't pick up. You can also text them. Some people think, oh, I don't want to post on LinkedIn because it's an interruption. I don't want to interrupt people. What? You don't want to interrupt people? Stop with the whole bullshit fear of being rejected. Stop with that. Instead, start figuring out how to inspire your target market and figure out how to get to your goal. Now, there's a lot of tools that you can use, but if you're not paying attention right now and you're busy multitasking, you're probably not going to pick up what I'm about to share. So make sure that you drink water, because a 5% drop in hydration is a 30% drop in energy. And if you haven't posted your LinkedIn URL in the chat, go ahead and do that. Why not? Let's try that out. And for those of you that don't know what a LinkedIn URL is, let me show you what it is. But before I show you what a LinkedIn URL is, I want to stop and I want to let you know that LinkedIn is a long-term game. You don't just show up on LinkedIn and just expect to get results. I got divorced a couple of years ago and I went on a dating app just to kind of see what it's like. And the first day I didn't get any results and I was mortified. I was liking people, nobody was returning anything to me, and I felt terrible. What I learned is that dating is a long-term game. I didn't realize that. I thought you could just get on and get a date right away. It's the same thing with networking and building relationships and prospecting. It's a long-term game. When it comes to LinkedIn, you don't just show up one day, make a bunch of posts, make a bunch of noise, and run away. I'm part of the Executives Association of New York City. I've been a member for 10 years. In the first year, I didn't get much. But in the second year, I closed a couple of 6-figure accounts because of the relationships I built in the first year. Have you guys heard the bamboo analogy? The bamboo analogy is that bamboo takes a really long time to grow. You put the seeds in and you have to water it very often for several years. In the first year, nothing grows. The second year, nothing grows. The third year, nothing grows. After several years, all of a sudden, within 90 days, it grows like 30 feet, some ridiculous amount. It happens all of a sudden. It's the same thing with networking. If you're strategic with your networking and you're building relationships, you're not going to see results right away. But measure results by how often you're watering the bamboo, by how often you're making calls, by how often you're doing the do. If you're not having 5 conversations a day with people that you're networking with and building relationships with, then you're probably not doing the work. And hint, inside the word networking, there's a 4-letter word, and it doesn't start with an F. It starts with a W. Network. It ends with a K, but it starts with a W. I like that one. I just came up with a new line. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, work. It takes work to network. It takes work to prospect. But if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to put in the time and have a giver's mindset, that's where you're going to get results. I believe the secret to living is giving. If you don't enjoy networking, don't do it. It's hard. You don't see results right away. Someone told me, "Oh, my marriage is not working out." I said, "Are you showing up to give or are you showing up to take?" She's like, "I'm showing up to take." "What do you mean? I'm in marriage. I need to be served." I was like, it's not going to work. You both need to show up to serve each other and support each other. It's the same thing in any other place, any relationships in life. You show up to serve. You show up to give. Tell people what you need. For example, here's something that I tell everyone to have on their profile. If you go to my profile, and I'm going to go to your profile to check your profile. If you put it in the chat, I'll check your profile. And I see only a handful of you, maybe a dozen of you put your profiles in. So if you haven't done it, just go to your own profile, copy the URL. I'll copy and paste my URL in there as well. Jen, check the waiting room, please. I got a notification. There's people in the waiting. But check this out. There's something called featured posts. Okay? Your featured posts should be a video, should be a networking one sheet, and something people can subscribe to. Okay? Should be a video of your business, of something, a testimonial, something that people can watch that you would happily send everybody. It should be a networking one sheet that explains who you help and how you help them. And it should be something people can give you their email or subscribe to or something. Okay? That should be your top 3 posts that you pin to your top of your posts. So now, do you need featured or do you have all the right featured things? Say have featured or need featured in the chat, because that could be a big one. That could be a big one for you guys. Need featured or have featured. So if you need featured, put it on your list of to-dos, of things to do, to figure out the top 3 posts to add to your featured items. Because the second someone looks at your profile, they're not going to go through everything. They're going to look at your name, your headline. They're going to look at how many followers you have. They might read your about section, but they're definitely going to look at your featured posts. This really stands out. Okay, so make sure that your featured posts are correct. I'm going to click on my demonstration video, my demo video of Evy AI, and I'm going to take a look at this featured post just to kind of see how many views I had in the past couple of months. 11,000 views. Do you see this? This is a very popular post, but for a demonstration video, think about this. If you put a demo of your business, are you going to get 11,000 people to watch a boring 15-minute demo of your business? This is not a hip happening demo. This is a boring 15-minute video, but 11,000 people checked it out. Why? Because of the fact that I featured it and I'm promoting it. Those are the 2 things. So if I'm out there and I'm messaging people, I'm going to show you how to quickly message people. I'm going to refresh this page here. One of the things that you cannot do on LinkedIn is load too many pages. That's going to get you banned on LinkedIn. You cannot load too many pages. If you load too many pages, LinkedIn's going to give you a 429 error. Eventually, they're going to say you're using automation, even if you're not using automation. But if you load this page called linkedin.com/mynetwork, okay, this page right over here, I'll put it in the chat so you guys can bookmark it for later. Or if you go into Evy AI, the AI for LinkedIn, and you log in, which most of you are Evy AI premium users, if you log into Evy AI, on the left side, you're going to see something that's called Learning Hub. In the Learning Hub, you have a lot of quick links that you can access. Let me see what's going on over here. Learning Hub on the left, you're going to see quick links, and you're going to see a thing that says, let's see what we says, download your LinkedIn connections. By the way, if you haven't downloaded your connections, I recommend downloading it. Download LinkedIn videos. If you see a LinkedIn video that you like, you can download the video using this link. Job changes, anniversaries, birthdays, your LinkedIn dashboard. You see that? Your first degree connections, your LinkedIn posts from first degree connections, your post degree connections in the past hour, people without comments, pending invitations, recent connections. So you go down to where it says recent connections and you click on that. And when I click on recent connections, it'll load up all my recent connections. Now, this is a very powerful page. Because this page, you can send out hundreds, if not thousands of DMs from this page without ever loading anyone's profile. So for example, if I want to load up Alicia, I want to see how many Alicias I'm connected to. I don't know how many Alicias I'm connected to, but I'm going to check right now. I just search Alicia, see how many I'm connected to. I see I'm connected to many Alicias. So I can take all these Alicias and I can message every single one of them right now, and it won't load their profile up, which is a real game changer. So I'm going to open up Evy AI and I'm going to speak to it. This saves me a ton of time. Alicia, thank you so much for being connected to me on LinkedIn. I'm wondering if you got a chance to check out my artificial intelligence technology that I launched. I want to make sure that all of my LinkedIn connections know about it. Let me know. Okay, so now I have this that I wrote with Evy AI. I pasted it in here. You see that? Now I'm going to send the same Alicia message to all the Alicias. You see this? So they all feel very special. I want all the Alicias in my life to feel very special. They're all very special. You see that? So I'm going to go in here and do this to all of them, and they're all going to be feeling like, Joe just messaged me. He customized it with my name. And I go through this, and it takes about 10 seconds to message each Alicia. And some of these I haven't messaged in weeks, months, sometimes years, because I have 30,000 connections. And so now I'm going through every single name that I have on LinkedIn. I use my LinkedIn connections dashboard, and I'm going through every single name, and I'm messaging every single person and letting them know. Now, if I see over here that I already have Evy AI, they already using it, I might say something else. Have you been seeing my content? I just published an article that I think you might really like. Let me know, Alicia. Okay, so I'm going to press insert. You see the way I customize it with this, just like that? And so I'm talking into my DM all the time. I'm talking into my DM all the time. I'm talking into my comments, into my notes. This is a new mic feature that I absolutely love. I'm going to go ahead and send this to all the Alicias that I have. But do you see how quickly I did that? I just messaged 6 people just like that. So you can go through and message all the people, but how are you going to know what first names you have? I have something called a LinkedIn Connections dashboard, and you should all have access to your dashboard. If you don't have access to your dashboard, just write need dashboard in the chat. But in my dashboard, I'm able to create something called pivot tables that I'm able to see how many of each first name I have that I'm connected to. So for example, Jonathan, I'm connected to 133. James, I connected to 127. Ellie, I have 108. Sarah, I have 86 Sarahs. Do you see that? Gary's, I have 75 Gary's. And I can go through this, and out of my 30,000 connections, I only have 500 names. It's only 500 names for the most part that I'm connected to. 500 first names. And I can tell how many are male, how many are female, based on just copying and pasting this into AI like Claude, and it'll tell me my percentage of male and females based on first name. Obviously, some of them could be unisex, but it'll give me an idea. Some names could be both genders. But the idea is, creating a dashboard like this and then using a tool like we have a tool called Unlimited Digital Marketing that we offer some of our clients where we import all of our connections into here, and I could start calling people. I can start texting people. You see this? 2 hours ago, this person texted me, and the automation automatically replied. This is not even AI. This is just regular automation. So this person texted me, and they got a response with my demo, with my demonstration video right over here. And so I could automatically schedule stuff like, in marketing, I could schedule posts right into LinkedIn right from here. And I have all of my LinkedIn connections in here. And I have opportunities. This is a complete marketing automation system. And then this helps me be able to manage all my connections, leave notes for them, and call them and everything. So I could take literally any connection, like for example, Alicia Drebell right over here. I click on contact info. I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you click on contact info, you can actually see their contact info. Sometimes it includes an email. Sometimes it includes a phone number. You see that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up Alicia's information in my CRM. I'm going to go in here. And if you guys don't have a CRM, just write need CRM. I'm curious to know who has one and who needs one. So let me see. This person is not in here, so I'm going to add her here. She's probably a new connection. So I'm going to add her into the CRM. So how am I going to add her? I'm just going to copy and paste her email address and her phone number into here. Now, I do have automation that will automatically put it in there, but I'm just going to show you how to do it manually now. I have the ability to push a button, and it'll automatically inject into my CRM. But I'm going to show you that you can still do it manually, and it's fine. But if you do want to set up automations, I do have tools that allow you to automatically just throw any contact into your CRM in seconds. And if you want to see it, I can show it to you. But now that I have Alicia Drebel in my CRM, I could just click on search. I can search Alicia Drebel. Let me just search again. I don't know what happened there. I thought I added her. Let me go to my contacts again. Alicia. Right here, Alicia Drebel. I'm going to click on her name. And now if I want to call her, I just press the phone number and I call her just like this. Check this out. Look how easy it is to call a connection on LinkedIn. And if you guys are not calling connections, I highly recommend it. Most people don't do this ever. And you just build a relationship. It takes about 30 seconds. Watch. Worst case scenario, she won't pick up.
This call
Hi,
will be
this is
recorded
Lisa.
for
Please
quality
leave your name and
purposes.
number, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Alicia, it's Joe Applebaum. I sent you a DM on LinkedIn. Not sure if you got it, but anyway, I wanted to tell you about my AI for LinkedIn. I see we've been connected for some time, and I think you would really appreciate it. Anyway, you don't have to call me back, but you can text me back to this number if you get a chance, or you reply to my DM. Talk to you soon. Have a blessed day, and happy Thanksgiving. Okay, so I just left her a voicemail. How often do you call people that you're connected to on LinkedIn and actually build a relationship? Now, she's actually using LinkedIn right now. Do you see the green dot on her profile right here next to her name? She's on LinkedIn right now. And she saw this message. And she saw me call her, and she didn't pick up my call, but she's going to get my voicemail. And hopefully it'll turn into an opportunity. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Evy AI. Hey, just left you a quick voicemail. Hope you're doing fantastic. Let me know if you'd like to know about it. I think it could be really helpful for you. Talk soon. Okay, now I'm just going to send her this. And now hopefully this will move from here down here. And she'll see it. You see, now I could also follow up with an email. I can send her a WhatsApp message. There's a lot that I can do. But you can see this person's actually paying attention. She's in Texas. I see her website. There's a lot that I can do with this person. But most people have never left voicemails. They've never built relationships. I don't think most people would find, don't you think most people will find out very pushy? Look, if you think I'm pushy, if you think that's a pushy method, then don't do it. Everyone has to decide how you feel. But if this person doesn't want to have a relationship with me, they haven't responded to anything that I've sent them. I'd rather be a little pushy to try to have a conversation with somebody and then disconnect from them to make room for other people because I'm almost at my max connections. I'm not worried about the opinions of other people. I believe in my product so much, so much. I believe in my product so much and my services and the value that I add so much that I believe that if I don't reach out to all the people in my life and let them know who I am, how I can help them, and what I do, that I am doing them a disservice. I'm going to stop sharing my screen just to kind of emphasize that. Because if you believe that you are bothering other people when you reach out to them, when they put their phone number, it's not like I did research and I went out there to the internet and found your phone number. I can do that in a second. I can take anybody, find your cell phone number. I could find your address. I can send you a postcard with my photo on it. I can do that. Maybe even I can have AI make a selfie of both of us wearing the same pajamas on Christmas and send you that for you to put on your refrigerator as a magnet. That I think is too much. But if you put your phone number on LinkedIn, I have the right to call you. Am I right or am I wrong? Put that in the chat. You put your gosh darn phone number and said, call me, and we're connected, and I've been messaging you for years and you haven't responded to me, I'm going to call you. And if you don't pick up, I'm not going to feel bad. I'm going to leave you a voicemail. And then I'm going to send you a DM and saying, hey, I called you. And if you get annoyed and say, please stop harassing me, I will disconnect with you faster than you can spell work. Because that's the work. And I want that to go into your bones because we're so afraid of bothering other people that we end up not making money. We end up not serving. Who are you not to serve? You have such a big ego that you want to protect it so much so that somebody shouldn't be upset at you? So you're not serving the world? Shine. You're here to shine, not to hide under a rock so that your ego is protected. So go out there, post something of value. Don't post crap. Go look at the stuff that I post. I'm adding value to my target market. I'm not sitting here just writing garbage on LinkedIn for the sake of getting attention. That's what Facebook's for. That's where I get my attention. I get plenty of attention. I write, well, what do you think will happen when we die? You know, that's me vying for attention. And I get the attention, and people are like, well, you go to heaven, you go to hell, you get your 72 lambs or whatever, you know, like whatever people are saying on LinkedIn, on Facebook. But on LinkedIn, I'd never do that. On LinkedIn, I'm sitting there telling you how to run a posting party. You know, on LinkedIn, I'm sitting here telling you how to find AI, how to grow your business, how to establish relationships. That's what I'm doing. So yes, the concern that you brought to me is a concern that 90% of people have, and it's 1000% valid. It's reality. It's people's reality. They're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of not being loved. They're afraid of being too much. I see this more with women than with men. People are afraid of, I don't want to be too much. You don't want to be you? You don't want to just be show up as you? That used to be me. That used to be me before I had a business. I didn't want to be too much. I didn't want to be too pushy. I didn't want people to notice me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't buy from me. Don't, right? But if you have the attitude as I have so much value to add, now you're on LinkedIn in beast mode. Don't be annoying. Don't bother people. But if someone put their phone number on there, gosh darn, call them. Pick up the phone. Send them that message. They put their phone number there for that reason. They're literally begging you. What, you want them to get on their knees and say, please call me, please, right? What do you want them to do? What do you need them to do? Tell them what you need them to do. To beg you? Like some people will be like, listen, if they don't beg me, I'm not calling them. They need to literally get down on all four and lick my feet for me to call them. What are you doing? Go call people. Stop being so annoying. Moving on. So all these people with the green dots, all those people are on LinkedIn right now. So if they're on LinkedIn right now and I message them, they're going to see it. They're going to see it. So I'm going to try this out. I'm going to say the following. Hey, Chris, LinkedIn told me that you're online right now. I'm not sure if it's accurate, but are you online? I'm just testing this. Now I'm going to press insert, and I'm actually going to fix the Chris to a K. And now I'm going to hit send. Okay? So I just sent him this. Now, I want you to notice the amount of time it takes me to do things is much, much faster when I talk than when I type. Let me ask you a question. In the chat, tell me, is it faster to talk or is it faster to type? Is it faster to talk or is it faster to type? There's a reason why you're allowed to drink and drive. I mean, there's a reason you're allowed to talk and drive, right? There's a reason why you're allowed to talk and drive, but you're not allowed to type and drive. Because when you type, it takes up your resources in a way that talking doesn't take up your resources. So you can talk on the phone, it's totally legal, but you can't drink and drive, and you can't type and drive. Because typing makes you more intoxicated and takes up more resources than drinking. It's like you're drunk, basically. You can't focus on the road. And so it's very, very dangerous to type and drive. And so what I do is instead of using up my resources to type, I talk. So for example, if I wanted to write a post for LinkedIn, I would click log into Evy AI. It would open up this page over here. On the left side, I would click on post writer. I would click the microphone. Write me a post about the benefits of being top of mind with LinkedIn for people who are maybe shy and are afraid they're going to be too much and they don't want to be too much. Maybe quote that quote that it says, who are you not to shine? You are a creature of God and you are meant to shine. I don't remember who wrote that, but incorporate that in my post because I think it's an inspiring quote. Anyway, make sure that the call to action is leave a comment below letting me know what your goal is with LinkedIn. Now, I just wrote that. I'm talking to the AI. I'm not even telling the AI who I am. I didn't include a persona. And look at that. Are you hesitant to share your voice on LinkedIn because you fear about being too much? You're not alone. Many of us grapple with the idea of putting ourselves out there, especially in a professional setting. But here's a gentle reminder. Who are you not to shine? You are a creature of God and you are meant to shine. This is a powerful quote, encourages da-da-da-da. Do you see that? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this post right over here. I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to go to LinkedIn. I'm going to go to LinkedIn and I'm going to post it on LinkedIn just like this. Again, I'm not trying to overwhelm you, but writing a post on LinkedIn once a day is really a game changer. Is really a game changer. It has changed my life. And I don't even want millions of people to see this post. If 1,000 people see the post, that makes me really happy. That makes me really, really happy. So I'm going to go ahead and write this post. I'm going to hit post, and I just wrote a post on LinkedIn. By the way, what is your goal when it comes to how many people should view each one of your posts? If 100 people showed up and looked at your post, would you be sad? Like seriously, let me ask you let me ask you that question, because so many people are expecting millions of people to see each one of their things. So many people are I put the link in the comments in the chat right now so you guys can click on that. But if you get 100 people to show up and watch a post, read a post of yours, is that not enough for you to spend a minute to write a post on LinkedIn that adds some type of value to the world? Is that not enough? Like, if I post something on Twitter, 15 people see it. 1-5. I still tweet every day. I have an automation tweeting. On Twitter, I have thousands of followers, but I only have 10, 15 people to see each tweet. That's still enough. That's still enough for me to write a tweet. But if 100 people where you know their first name, their last name, their company name, and a few of them will comment on LinkedIn, that's powerful. I don't know. Like, I truly believe, and thank you, Jane, for putting in our deepest fear quote in the chat. I appreciate that very much. But from a strategic standpoint, most of you are not posting once a day. Now, if you can't post once a day, post once a week. But post. And reposting is not the same as posting. Reposting doesn't work. Okay. I'm thrilled with 100 views. I have none right now. None, no views. Then you might be including a link in your post. If you include a URL in your post, chances are your post is not going to get anywhere. Do not include URLs in posts. Also, if you include nudity on LinkedIn, I tried this. I put a picture of myself without a shirt on as an Egyptian. I had AI write it for me. And LinkedIn blocked that post. Nobody saw it. I was like, I want everyone to see my beautiful chest. But LinkedIn didn't allow it. So LinkedIn has an automatic skin nudity filter that it doesn't allow people to share themselves. But try it. Try to put yourself without a shirt on and see what happens. I don't know. Or send me the picture. I'll tell you if it's good or not. I'll tell you if you should post it or not. Okay? Send me the AI picture of yours. Why no URLs? LinkedIn's goal is to make money, and they make money off advertisements. When you send people off the platform, they lose advertising dollars. So the algorithm was crafted in a way where it wants people to stay on the platform. So if you encourage people to comment and like on your post and you only include 3 hashtags, what was found through me researching the top LinkedIn influencers and interviewing them for 7 years, by the way, every January I interview 7 to 8 influencers, and I bring them onto a show called the LinkedIn Influencer Summit to figure out what's working on LinkedIn that year. And so I interviewed them, and all the recordings are available inside our course for the past 7 years. And so the number one thing that they said that they see is when they post something with a link, they don't get any traction. And there are other things that you can do to get traction, but that's the idea. You can put anything you want in the comments, and I do encourage putting links in the comments. So put your link in the comment and send people to the comment. Okay, I found that to be true, Rick said. Rick's an amazing entrepreneur, an amazing recruiter. Definitely check him out. Thank you, Rick, for being in my life. Ray says, I post twice a week on average. Twice a week is good. Remember, don't overdo it. But also at the same time, don't underdo it. Now, if you don't have over 1,000 followers on LinkedIn, you're not doing the basics, because every connection becomes a follower. So you need to have 20 people that you are connecting to every day. 20 people that you are connecting to every single day. If you're not sending out 20 connection requests to people that are either potential customers, centers of influence, or engaged LinkedIn users that are likely to like and comment on your post, you're missing out. LinkedIn has a limit between 100 and 200 people that you can even connect to every single week. So my recommendation is making sure that you go ahead and that you send out those connection requests. Now, you might say, okay, Joe, what is a strategy for what to write in a connection request? By the way, if you guys comment on this post, I'll show you how quickly I can reply to all of your comments, even if all 100 of you comment. We have about 100 people in the room right now. So go ahead, leave a comment on this post. Leave a comment on this post right now, and I'll show you how I reply to the post. So Dr. Rao said, I agree. So I'm going to go ahead and reply to him. Now, I'm going to use a specific persona inside Evy AI. It's a comment reply persona, which says, do not include the person's name and make the reply very short. Okay, so I have the comment reply persona. I hit generate. It's going to generate a reply. I press insert, and I press reply, and it generates a reply to Dr. Rao. You see, I mentioned him automatically. I'm going to click load more comments, and I'm going to reply to each one. Now, it's important for you to reply promptly to every person that leaves you a comment. Now, for me to generate a reply manually, that would take me a long time. But what I can do now is I can use artificial intelligence with Evy AI to help me reply to every single thing. And that will boost this post because LinkedIn sees within the first hour that it's signaling that I am actually actively engaging on the post and acknowledging each person with a custom reply based on what they shared. Do you see that? A short custom reply. I'm also mentioning the author. I'm mentioning the author of the comment as well, which gives them a notification for them to come back and engage further. And so if an author engages and then the author engages back, that shows authentic relationships right there. And so you see, I had these comments, I just quickly replied to them. But on LinkedIn, one of the things that I love doing is sending connection requests to people. So, for example, if Mohammed Abbas or Alexander Curtis or any of these people here, I click on their name and it loads their profile here, and I want to connect to this person. In this case, he already sent me a connection request. So I'm going to go ahead and just accept this one right over here. And then I'm going to save him into my Evy AI so I can monitor his posts for later. If I want to be able to check out his posts, I can click on the drop down here and I can hit see all recent activity. And it also goes into my Evy AI saved profiles here on the left, which makes my life so much easier. You see he's right here, and then I can put him into a list as well. But that'll load up all of his recent posts, which will save me a ton of time, and I'll be able to just quickly load his posts and then leave comments quickly for the people that are meaningful in my life that I know that are super active. And so I see he posted 16 hours ago. I can be the person that comments. Now, when I comment on this post, I'm going to use a particular persona. I'm going to use a typo persona that will purposely put a typo in the comment so I look more human. But you don't have to do that. And I'm also going to, the persona also says to include a link to Evy AI, which I'm comfortable doing. Not everybody's comfortable including a little bit about their business in their comment, but I do include that. Somebody recently complained to me, is like, Joe, how dare you promote yourself in my comments? And I said, disconnect, have a good day. If you're not willing to allow me to express who I am in the comments, I don't want to be connected to a person like that who's so freaking stingy. Okay, so there you go. Have a good day. You want me not to exist? We're no longer connected. I have so many people that I can do that with. So I want you to have a plethora of options of who you can connect with and who you can build relationships with. And so this is what I do. This person, Anric Blank, he put a whole thing over here. I'm going to hit comment and build a relationship with the person. Now, I have many different personas. Sometimes I feel like putting a quote up. Another thing that I like to do is I like to have a list of influencers. Do you guys know who the top influencers of LinkedIn are? Like Bill Gates. Some people don't like Bill Gates. Some people love Bill Gates. I'm not sure if you guys like him or don't like him. But regardless if you like Bill Gates or don't like Bill Gates, he has a lot of followers on LinkedIn. So does Alex Hermosi, Gary Vaynerchuk. So does Lewis Hughes and Kevin O'Leary. I love Kevin O'Leary. He's so nasty. I love how nasty he is to people. I don't even know why. I love how I'm like, oh my God, you're such an asshole. You're like the worst person in the world. And I love that. So anyway, so I'll go here as 4.1 million followers, this nasty human being, right? He's like so disgusting to people. He's like, you shouldn't even be on Shark Tank. Go to hell. I'm out. Like, why can't you be nice to people? But that's his personality. His personality is to be a total jerk to people. And I find it very amusing. I don't even know why. Maybe it's some trauma that I have. I like to be nice to people, but imagine 4.1 million followers. I happened to leave a comment on his post, 63 comments, 54 reposts. He did this 36 minutes ago. If he gets 100 comments on this, I'm in here. You see that? I'm in here promoting my business, doing my thing. So if I saved a bunch of these and I sometimes my comment will get more likes than my posts get. Think about that for a second. When I posted, because again, 4.1 million followers, people are noticing him. That's very, very, very powerful things. So here's my thought process. My thought process is have a plan. Remember what I shared in this thing here? Have a plan. Have a plan. What is your LinkedIn plan? Just have a plan. Like, have a workflow. Like, what's your workflow look like? What are you going to do each day? Maybe you'll spend 5 minutes posting. You'll spend 5 minutes engaging, and you'll spend 5 minutes messaging, and then you leave, and you're done. And you did that every day. And that's your investment that you make. You don't need to spend all day watering your roses, but spend 5 minutes with the roses, smell the roses, love on the roses, appreciate the roses, right? That's the saying, take time to smell the roses. But that's the idea. The idea is don't go crazy, piggyback on massive followers, build relationships. And if somebody likes and comments on my post, I'll take a look to see if they're ideal customers of mine, and I'll try to get on the phone with them. So if Anna White mentioned me in a comment, right? I'll take a look at Anna White and I'll be like, okay, who's Anna White? Who is this person? Is it like Vanna White? I see she's a popular person. All right, well, let's take a look. Wow, 4,000 followers. Amazing. She's in Florida. We're already connected on LinkedIn. She's paying for LinkedIn. You see this gold icon? People that pay attention. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see the gold icon. For those of you that are golden peered, this is the gold icon over here. This gold icon tells me that Anne has invested in LinkedIn. She paid for LinkedIn. So people that pay attention. And so I'm paying attention to her. And so what I want to do is I want to click on contact info. And then I want to see, is her phone number here? Look, her cell phone number is here. Guys, this is ridiculous that we're not doing this. It's ridiculous that we're not picking up the phone, texting people, WhatsApping people, building those relationships, one person at a time. So if you can only make 5 calls in a day, just make 5 calls. Like literally, hey, Anna, hey, thanks for liking my post. I just wanted to call you to let you know that I appreciate you endlessly. And I really like when you comment on my post. And I took the time to save you into my Evy AI. And I took the time to check out your own recent activities. And I took the time to comment on your post as well. And I wanted to learn more about what you do for a living. A lot of times people put their Calendly link on LinkedIn. Did you know that? People put their link to their meeting and you don't book meetings with them. Like if you want meetings and you're not booking meetings with people that give you their Calendly link that posted publicly on their profiles, I don't want to bother them. They put their calendar on LinkedIn. How could you not want to bother them? Here's my Calendly hack. Search Calendly, like this. Just search the word Calendly on LinkedIn and then click on people and then click on First Degree. And let's see how many times the word Calendly comes up on LinkedIn, First Degree. Look at this. Who are these people? I don't know, but their calendar link is right freaking here. And you might say, well, I don't want to set up meetings with First Degree connections. I want to set up meetings with Second Degree connections with people I'm not connected to. So you uncheck First Degree, you check Second Degree, and now you're finding all the Calendly links for Second Degree connections. Here. This guy. Now you want to search in a specific industry, click on all filters and pick an industry. Pick a school. Hey, Zach, I'm in the middle of doing a presentation, and you're on Bluetooth with everybody, but I just want to say I appreciate you, and thank you for being my LinkedIn connection.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody.
There's only 100 people listening in, so you're good.
Okay.
Thank you, Zach.
Joe's the best.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. This is one of my 30,000 LinkedIn connections that picks up the phone and calls me. And I just wanted, I could have hit reject. I could have hit an auto text saying I'm on a workshop, whatever. But I picked up to share with you that I have a device on my desktop called a Rodecaster Pro that Bluetooth is my phone into my computer. And so I can be on LinkedIn Live and make phone calls from my phone. Isn't that great? I love that. So there's many hacks that I teach. Actually, I have a class where I teach 52 different hacks. Some of you have already invested in taking that 6-hour class. But for those of you that are interested in our accelerator one-day training program, you can watch the replay of basically 6 hours. I just did, let's say, 45 minutes just now. But I spent 6 hours giving you 52 different hacks like the Calendly hack. So if you guys want that and a course and you want $2,000 off the program, I'm just going to drop a link to it in the chat for those of you that want to learn more. Again, my goal is not to sell you anything. My goal is for you to invest in yourself if you're interested. So I would recommend looking into this because this will help you craft a strategy. It'll help you get a dashboard for those of you that want a dashboard. It'll help you be able to engage properly. It'll give you the different types of posts to write and so much more. It's a 6-hour training. It's usually $3,000. I'm giving you $2,000 off, so it's under $1,000, and you get the whole training, and you can access it right now. So I just put the link in the chat. So for you guys that want it, it's for a limited time only. We're not going to offer that deal forever. So if you guys want access to that, there you go. All right, let me take questions. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There's a lot more that we can do. I do this on a regular basis. I really love doing this. I'm going to be launching. By the way, what version of Evy AI do you have? Do you have free or do you have premium? Are you paying? You have the free version where you're kind of trying it out, or do you have the premium version that you're invested in it? Now, if you have the free version, I recommend getting premium because we include inside premium. We include a lot more than a lot of people even know. We include so many great things, but we're going to be including more things. For those of you that are premium, we're going to be coming up with Pro, which is going to be a next level above premium, and hopefully, I want to say the next couple of weeks, but Tammy's telling me it's going to take like 2 months for us to come up with Pro. We're going to be adding many, many features. So if there's a feature that you want, we're going to be including it in Pro. And there's going to be many features that we're going to be adding to Pro. So if you're interested in Pro, just write interested in the chat so that I know you're interested in learning more about Pro if you already have Premium. And if you don't have Premium, I recommend getting Premium because the price is going to go up significantly. We're offering Premium right now for $204 a year, but it's costing us more than that. If someone's generating posts every day and comments every day and using the voice note feature, we're giving you unlimited access. If you want to get grandfathered in and get it at 50% off, it's usually $34 a month, but right now we're offering it at $17 a month if you prepay for the year. Get it now because the price is going to go up soon. So I recommend investing now in premium. Again, these things cost money, right? Like every time you generate something, it's not free, but we're giving unlimited access to it. So some people, I just checked yesterday, 500 people are using over 1 million tokens. So a lot of people are doing a lot of things on the platform, and I want you to use it, even if it costs me more money than what you're paying, because I want to learn if there's any bugs, any problems. I want you to use the crap out of it. So if you're paying for it, use it. And so I'm here to support you. If you're paying monthly for it, sign up to the annual. It's less money for me, but it commits you to the year. That's my key. I want you guys to be committed to using it every day for a year. Kelly said, if you're already premium, what will the next renewal be? We're not. If you're already premium, we're not going to change your price on you. If you grandfather in, you grandfather it in. But we will want to offer you Pro if you're interested. If you're interested in Pro, for those of you that said interested in Pro, it's going to be the next level, which I think I'm going to offer training and a CRM, and I want to give $10,000 worth of value for like very little. So that's my goal is to just add a whole nother level of value to people. And I'm trying to figure out a way where I can give you guys tens of thousands of dollars of value between what I offer, what my network offers, and just really throw in tons and tons of value. And that's my goal for Pro is just going to be 1,000 people in Pro and to build a really, really solid product that's going to really take your experience to a whole new level. Right now, we have 15,000 users in 37 countries around the world. We may include the school. We may include a bunch of different things, Kelly, in Pro. So you can tell me what you think you would like to include in Pro, and we're going to include. I'm going to try to give away everything that I have for Pro for people that have Pro, just to kind of really drive home. But for the first X amount of people, I'll give everything that I have, and after that, we're going to charge thousands of dollars a year for Pro. So, but initially, I want a bunch of people that are super committed that are using it regularly. But I want you to know it's coming. It's coming soon. If there's anything that you're wondering about, you have a question related to LinkedIn. I am a super LinkedIn nerd, self-proclaimed LinkedIn nerd. I wouldn't say I'm an expert because the more you know you don't know. But I went to LinkedIn headquarters and they asked me to train their team on how to use LinkedIn. Because literally in the Empire State Building, I have a selfie I put up because I know it because I've been spending so much time learning it and uncovering it. And even this hack, check this out. Check out this hack. I'm going to show you a hack. You guys like hacks? I love hacks. Check this out. I go on LinkedIn. I click on, I'm going to open up Tammy's profile just to kind of show it to you on Tammy's profile. I have access to a lot of people's profiles here because we redo people's profiles for them and help them out and manage their profiles for them. But check this out. I'm on Tammy's profile. And the reason I chose Tammy's profile is because her profile loads faster than mine because I use LinkedIn so much that LinkedIn slows me down. So they purposely slow down my profile because I use it too much. So here you see Tammy's connections, 6,000 connections. I'm going to scroll down real quick over here. Now, if you put your middle of your mouse down and you pull down, you see it says show results. I'm gonna keep scrolling down. You see the way it's scrolling down in the My Network page that I shared with you earlier? So I'm gonna try to load, let's say, 1,000 people in here. It's going to keep scrolling and it's not going to stop scrolling, but it's not doing new page loads. It's just loading more and more people in the My Network tab. Do you guys see what I'm doing? Do you get it? Right, I get it, or right, not sure. Right, not sure if you're not sure. Right, I get it if you don't get it, if you're not sure, that's totally fine. You just click on My Network and you just keep scrolling down. That's what I'm doing. But I'm doing an auto scroll down by clicking on my mouse, the center of my mouse, and pulling down. And it's automatically, my hands are over here, and it's automatically scrolling down. Now, the reason I'm loading all these people here is because I want to use a tool that I built with AI that checks out of these 1,000 people, which one of them are actually online right now. You see 78 of these 1,000 are online. And if I say, show me only the people that are online, it shows me only the people that have green dots by them. You see that? All the green dots. And so I can message these 78 people that are using their computer right now. That's pretty slick. If you think that's slick, write slick in the chat. And if you want that Chrome extension, I actually put it inside our school community. We have a school community called school.com/EvyAI. So you can build your own extension like that. And we teach how to do that in the community that Rick is part of. Rick meets with us 3 hours every month in the AI business development circle. And that's where we teach how to do things like that. So Rick, if you want to tell people briefly in 30 seconds what you experience in that, unmute yourself and say hello to everybody.
Yeah, Joe, that community is absolutely amazing. I've gotten an MBA in artificial intelligence and particularly how to use it for business development on LinkedIn. It's transformed my experience, improved my productivity. The kind of people I'm networking with now are at a higher level. So it's an amazing tool and it's an amazing community. I highly recommend it.
And I put a link to a 3-hour example class in the chat. So grab that 3-hour example class as my gift. And Rick, thank you for being a longtime member. We did 13 classes, and I think you were in all 13 classes. So thank you for being with me for 39 hours.
My pleasure, Joe.
Learning AI. So if anybody wants all those things, Jen's telling me to wrap up. So I'm gonna wrap. Yo, my name is Joe. When I'm the B2B to B2B LinkedIn Pro. Okay, so you told me to wrap up, so I just wrapped up. And we teach you how to have AI create wraps for you. So in one word, what did you experience today in this meeting, and would you come again? Go ahead in the chat. Let me know what you experienced today. Best session ever, Mohammed said. Lou said value. Mind blown, Jane said. Sandra said info. John said mind blown, absolutely. Ray said a lot of good stuff. My goal was not to overwhelm you, but Catherine said overwhelmed in a good way. Remember, posting, engaging, messaging, and connecting. Posting, engaging, messaging, and connecting. Have a strategy. Have some automation tools. If you need more information, call my cell. Tell me what you're doing. Send me a WhatsApp message. Like literally, send me a WhatsApp message. I have my WhatsApp on, and I love communicating. So just communicate. Send me a DM. Like literally, just let me know what you need. I'm here for you. All right, guys, I got to get on a podcast right now. I'm going to give you one last hack before we hang up. Search the word podcast host on LinkedIn, and you will find thousands of podcast hosts that either you're connected to or that you could connect with that will host you on their podcast happily. Okay? That's my little gift to you. And often they have their Calendly link right there in their page where you can book yourself onto their podcast. It's like ridiculous. So go for it. Thank you for being in my life. Love you guys very much. And I look forward to seeing you in the comments on LinkedIn. Boom.
Awesome, Joe. Thanks.
Thank you, Rick. And thank you, everyone. Bye.